Welcome to game day 2 of season 2 in the Basketball Champions League. Two teams on display in this one who both came through qualifiers to make it to the regular season. It's a first ever home game at the main part of this tournament for Estudiantes after an impressive win on the road last week, and Radom on the road for the first time this season after a big collapse to lose at home a week ago. Second edition of this tournament, 32 teams split across 4 groups of 8. Our focus this evening on Group C. Ike, phenomenal on the road, winning in overtime at Venezia in this group last night. The other 3 games taking place this evening, Banvit and Petrol Olympia has gone to overtime as well. And Medi Beirut against Strasbourg tipping off in around 25 minutes' time. And of course, our feature this evening is Movistar Estudiantes against Rosa Radom. The Spanish fans starting to come through the turnstiles into this arena now. As we see the Group C standings, 1-1, the top 2 teams there. And this is the second game in the group for these 2 teams. Estudiantes looking to go 2-0, and with it would have a chance of going top of the pile in Group C. And only the top 4 teams will advance after the 14 group stage games have been played. They will go to the playoffs. The competition format changing from last season when we had 5 groups of 8, just 4 this time around. No need for the playoff qualifier round. Let's take a look at the Rosa Radom roster. You look to the number 24, Michał Sokołowski, their key homegrown player, their second leading scorer as they went to the Polish League finals a couple of seasons ago. Towards the top there, Kevin Punter, their big American import, 22 points, 4 assists and 2 steals in defeat last week. And Igor Zaitsev, Ukrainian centre, might play a key role tonight as well. 15 points in 21 minutes last week from him. For Estudiantes, Omar Cook, the veteran, the captain at number 10, running the show for this team, a former NBAer with Portland and Toronto, as well as being a 2-time assist leader in the EuroLeague. And Sylvan Landesberger, plenty of experience in that competition as well, where he won the title in 2014. And Alec Brown, the number 21 American centre, has the potential to be a huge scorer for them. He stands at 7'1", 2 meters 15. He scored 24 points, had 7 rebounds, 2 blocks and a steal a week ago. The 2 teams ready for the official introductions onto the floor in this one. Rosa Radom, the visiting team, will be introduced first. The club only founded in 2003. They were playing in the Polish 3rd tier only 7 years ago. They won promotion in 2010 and then again to the top flight in 2012. And after a 10th place finish in their first season in the first division, they reached the playoffs now the last 4 seasons and reached their first ever Polish League finals 2 seasons ago, albeit falling at the last hurdle as they were swept by Zielona Góra. Although they did still make history that season by winning their first ever major trophy, the 2016 Polish Cup. They were competing in this tournament last season. It is only their 3rd ever European campaign. They played in the FIBA Europe Cup 2 seasons ago, went out at the 2nd group stage, and then in this competition last season, they finished bottom of their regular season group. And they'll be looking for a first win this time around, but it won't come easy against the Basketball Champions League debutants, Movistar Estudiantes, one of the higher-ranked Spanish teams through a lot of the 90s and the noughties. Although they've not made their domestic league playoffs in any of the last 7 seasons, finishing 11th last season, they're competing in Europe for the first time since reaching the quarterfinals of the Euro Cup back in 2011. It's not been the best start for them in their domestic league either. They've won just 1 of their first 3 games, although they're unbeaten so far in the Basketball Champions League, having won a 2-legged qualifier to get here and then won game 1 last week at Ike in Athens. Rosa Radom are 1-1 so far in the Polish league, winning one heavily and losing one heavily. All the pleasantries will take place before the opening tip, the handshakes. And for those that know each other, the how are yous, how have you been? And then the basketball court becomes a battleground. Rosa Radom will be desperate to respond after such a huge disappointment last week. They'd come through a two-legged qualifier against Antwerp to reach the regular season. And then what a remarkable collapse it was on game day one to Medi Beirut. They led by 17 at the end of the first quarter before eventually losing by 17. They scored 33 points in the first and then just 46 points over the next three quarters combined. The referees this evening from Italy, the Czech Republic and Croatia. And for Estudiantes, what a significant win in Athens at AEK last week, 79-87. And they did so without winning any of the last three quarters, thanks to an emphatic 31-15 first quarter performance. So both of these two teams on display this evening had huge leads at the end of the first quarter last week. Estudiantes were able to keep hold of theirs, Rosa Radom weren't. We'll take a look at the starting fives in just a few moments. And I'll take you through some of those key players again. Rosa certainly have players that can step up and help them win a game, even against a tough opponent. I've talked about Kevin Punter and Michał Sokołowski, Trojan Alder, and also in the starting five is Pichovic. Head coach Wojciech Kaminski for the Polish team, who are looking to improve on their performance in this competition last season. And not just that, they will hope, dream maybe even of a place in the playoffs, although anything above bottom would be an improvement. It was Estudiantes' starters that did the majority of the damage in their win last week. The bench only scored 13 points, so heavily reliant on these guys. Omar Cook I've talked about already, Alec Brown. Nick Kane-Medley is another with plenty of experience at a high level in Europe. Dago Penna in there as well. And their head coach is Selva Maldonado, who took over last year after 5 years at Juventud Badalona. Both teams took the same amount of shots in their win last week, and many of the numbers were even. Although Estudiantes effectively won it by making 4 extra three-pointers and getting to the line a little more regularly to make a couple of extra free throws. It was an incredibly tight game. And as I say, it was their starters that did most of the business. Final chance for the two head coaches to have a final word with their players. Estudiantes will see this as a great opportunity to perhaps move to the top of the group and go 2-0 at the start of the regular season, although they can't afford to take their eye off the ball against Rosa Radom, who do have players capable of hurting them. Kevin Punter, I talked about his game last week when he scored 22 points. He's averaged 18.7 across their 3 games so far when you include the qualifiers, the number 0. Here we go then, the 3-time Spanish Cup winners against the 2016 Polish Cup winners. The home team looking to go 2-0. The away team looking for a first win in the competition this season. It's Movistar Estudiantes against Rosa Radom, live on game day 2 of the 2nd edition of the Basketball Champions League. And one player that I didn't mention in the Estudiantes starting 5 when we went through those names is Adam Sola, the number 16. who doesn't even have a name on his back. You might be able to see down on the floor at the moment, just 17 years of age. A huge opportunity for him. And here we go, the opening tip. Kana Medley can't grab it. Auda does. And Rosa start with Pihovic with the ball. Backdoor cut. The layup won't go for Sokołowski. Great opportunity to get off to a great start. Blown by Rosa. And by one of their key players as well. Three-pointer a couple of feet back, won't go. Trying to grab the rebound here is Auda. And able to do so. Marcin Pihovic. Trojan, the handoff, here goes Punter, first shot for him, bounces over the top of the backboard. He was 3 of 6 from downtown as part of that 22 points last week, but it's a three-point shot at the other end for Estudiantes. Alec Brown with the first points of the ball game. Punter. Punter prodding and probing. Missing the shot though. Rebound grabbed by Kana Medley. Moved on by the 17-year-old Sola. Kana Medley down the baseline. Two-point shot will fall. 5 points right out of the gates for Estudiantes. All 5 of them coming via the number 21, Alec Brown. Already well on course to get towards his tally from last week when he scored 24 points. Cook. Omar Cook gets it back, fires it to the far side again. Kana Medley. He looks to attack. One-on-one. Just mid-air. Shot was wildly off the mark. Punter. Into Trojan, who had it picked off. Estudiantes rampant in the early exchanges here, although Cook can't squeeze the pass through. They've scored the first 5 points. They might have scored a few more than that. Pihovic to Trojan. Handoff on the perimeter. Sokołowski takes on the 3 and hits, and Rosa close the gap to 2. Their first score. Sokołowski making amends for missing that layup in the opening seconds. Penna across to Kana Medley. Plenty of experience in this competition. Omar Cook from way outside off the mark. Kana Medley finished 3rd with Monaco last season. Auda to Pihovic. Pihovic moving it on to Trojan. Trojan corner of the paint. Shoots, can't tie the game. Here's Cook. Cook fizzing one forward. Picked off though as Kana Medley looked to attack. And then an unsportsmanlike called as Rosa looked to burst free into the open space. It's on Alex Brown, who's got all of their first 5 points. So Rosa at the line with a chance to tie, and then after the free throws they will have possession as well because it was called unsportsmanlike. And although Sokołowski's mixed bag continues in the opening 3 minutes. He's missed a layup and a free throw, but hit a three-pointer, and then he hits the second free throw. So Rosa trail by 1. They've scored the last 4 points, and they'll have a chance to continue their streak. Sokołowski inbounding to Pihovic. It's still going to be Rosa ball. There's still a ton of time left on the shot clock. Sokołowski. Pihovic. Rolling into the centre is Trojan. Pihovic looking to go all the way himself, and he was stuck to like glue by Alec Brown. Try getting around the 7-foot frame of Brown as you attack the rim. Stepping in now is Auda. A lovely adjustment to get it to bounce around and drop, and Rosa have scored the last 6 points and have their first lead of the ball game. Estudiantes looking to stop their brief drought here. Cook on to Kana Medley to the far side. Three-point shot won't go for Brown this time, who's already hit one. Punter. Around the frame of Auda. Punter hangs in the lane and hits. 8 unanswered points for Rosa. Punter was hoping to steal it off Cook. Punter getting himself on the board. And what a turnaround this has been in the opening 4 minutes from the Polish team. Estudiantes without a score in a couple of minutes, trying to change that as they do, as Kana Medley bounces through the paint to get it to go off the backboard with the contact. So Nick Kana Medley will have a chance to tie the game as he looks to complete the three-point play. .7 points, 5 rebounds a game so far across game 1 and the qualifiers for the 33-year-old American, although he's only hit 8 out of 30 from the field so far. It's rather unlike him. He's 1 of 2 so far today and 1 of 1 from the line now. Sokołowski evading the pressure, firing the 3 and getting fouled from behind on the three-point shot attempt. And that was just crazy defending from Dago Pena. He'd already been beaten by Sokołowski. Needed to just let him shoot. It's not quite happening, is it, for Michał Sokołowski? He had 14.7 rebounds and a couple of steals last week, albeit shooting just 4 of 12 from the field. He has averaged 12 points and close to 6 rebounds, as well as 2.3 steals across the 3 games they've played in the competition so far. Rosa by 2. Alec Brown. A handoff to Pena. Fizzed in towards the baseline. Long 2. Off the mark, Kana Medley. A rebound for Brown, who looks like he can dominate this game. That's a fizzed pass inside for Kana Medley to hang and hit. Great court vision from Omar Cook. Sokołowski. 10-10 the score. He's going to continue to shoot. He keeps on missing though. Rejected again by Brown. His second already. Alec Brown, a dominant force inside in the opening 5 minutes of this ball game. Five points, 2 rebounds, and now 2 blocked shots. And that's the pass from Cook to Kana Medley. Into the game for the first time comes Filip Zegzua. Adam Sola gets a nice ovation, the 17-year-old, as he takes a seat for Estudiantes. Svetkovic is in the game for him. Brown. Svetkovic. Brown looking to roll inside. Svetkovic was trying to find him, and it deflects out of bounds off a Rosa player. Omar Cook. Kana Medley They'll look to come inside again, and Cvetkovic draws the contact. Cook, again, wonderful execution on the pass, although that's going to be an offensive foul by Nick Kane-Medley. You can hear what the crowd think about it. There was that outstretched left arm, the forearm against the chest of the defender. Holder taking the hit. Auder's handoff to Zegzua. Patrick Auder into Sokołowski. Sokołowski back out to the perimeter. Three-point shot off the front rim. The scoring has dried up for Rosa now as well. It's dried up for both teams. Goran Suton into the game, Croatian power forward. Punter. Sokołowski rolling in towards the low post, creating a bit of room for Punter to attack. Sokołowski, or Zaitsev rather it was, trying to grab the rebound. Two players battling away for possession. Just about recovered, able to find Cvetkovic. Brown across to Suton. Suton's handoff, Cvetkovic to Cook. Shot clock's down to the final second here. They have to throw up a three. Offensive rebound, Suton, who puts it in. Estudiantes back ahead. Zegzua. High entry pass towards Sokołowski, back for another three-point shot, off the mark again, same point, same player, Zaitsev missing, and then the quarterback pass, Zaitsev looking to reject it, but it's called as a goaltend, I think. Yeah, Brown hit the backboard before Zaitsev got a piece of it. You can't reject a shot after it's touched the backboard. So Estudiantes by 4 and another 2 points for Brown. And then a steal for Cvetkovic, although he couldn't quite complete it. Sokołowski. Little hook from him, falls short. He grabs his own rebound and flips it up left-handed off the glass. Rizula into the game, on by Suton as well. Cvetkovic. Suton again. And Cvetkovic once more. Suton got the defense moving, drove down the baseline, couldn't hit the reverse layup. Sokołowski grabs the rebound. Space to attack here. The finger roll is off the mark though for Robert Vitka. Cook. Little shimmy, dribble, drove through. Found the defense lacking and punished them. Chance of a three-point play for Omar Cook. He's such a switched-on player. You can't rest for a moment and leave a gap like that to exploit. And so far he's averaged a sensational 10.3 points, 7.3 assists and 2.3 steals across the 3 games they've played so far when you include the qualifiers, although he misses that and one. Still Rosa ball here as it's knocked out of bounds. Estudiantes thought it went off Sokołowski. Zaitsev bounce pass back towards the inbounder, who'd moved in off the baseline. Miscommunication between Zegzua and Zaitsev. Rosa's fourth turnover. Svetkovic moving it on. Lovely footwork to go around and under and flip it up. Goran Suton. He's had a good impact since coming in. And a steal as well from Cook. Cook looking the bounce pass. Suton travelling like a freight train. Down the lane, gets fouled. He continues to have an impact. So too does Omar Cook, as you would expect. And we're going to have a timeout with just a minute and a half or so remaining of the first quarter. Movistar Estudiantes have been able to open up a 6-point lead, 18-12.
Sokół weźmiesz piłkę, jedziemy one side. To jest podanie. Igor Witia. Zbiegnięcie i to dostaje piłkę, szuka jego na low post.
Od piątki oni mocno tu schodzą.
I kurwa panowie, jest jeden będzie wolny, drugi ma. Macie otwarte rzuty.
No tenemos bonus ni nada, hay que ser agresivos a por el balón. Atentos si siguen jugando en el pase, voy este corte aquí, a ver si lo vuelven a...
So the Spanish side have found their feet again, despite the best efforts of Rosa to shut them down. Rosa had a really good scoring burst to get themselves ahead. We're seeing some of those points right now, but it's Estudiantes who've scored the most recent points, and they lead by 6. Suton having an impact. He's averaged 8 points. 6.7 rebounds, 1.3 steals and 1 block per game across their 3 games so far, coming in off the bench. Really healthy numbers, and he's had a healthy impact on this one in just 3 minutes on court. 6 points now. Estudiantes by 8. Pihovic. Zaitsev looking to make a move in towards the low post. It's handed off on the perimeter to Zegzua. Pihovic back to Zaitsev, who'll fire another 3 and hits. Third time lucky from that spot for him. He wasn't going to stop shooting. The 6'11", 210-centimetre Ukrainian centre. He fancies himself from that spot. Pihovic has come away with the rebound here for Rosa. Sokołowski. Final seconds of the first. Shot clock turned off. 10 to shoot. Sokołowski clinging onto it, spotting a gap, bursting through it, and he'll go to the line for 2. And then there will be 5.8 seconds for Estudiantes to produce the final shot of the quarter. And this could be a very positive quarter for Rosa if they can make these foul shots and then get a defensive stop. Although Sokołowski has struggled from the line. 3 of 6 now. He's the only player to get there for Rosa. He does get the second to go. Omar Cook back in the game to try and utilise these 5.8 seconds. Nobody with more experience to try and do so than him. Maybe nobody with more talent as well. So Cook driving forward, finding a pass. It was an off-balance 3-point attempt from Ludwig Håkansson, the Swedish 21-year-old point guard, and that will bring the first quarter to a close. Rosa have stuck with the 3-time Spanish Cup winners for the first 10 minutes, but they trail by 4. at the end of the first. Movistar Estudiantes 20, Rosa Radom 16. Let's take a look at some of the key stats from that first quarter. Rosa really struggling from the field, particularly inside, just 25%. Estudiantes 7 of 11 have done well, but have only hit 1 from the outside, as we see some of the shooting numbers in this game.
I zagrajmy, przejdźmy od razu do freestyle. Od razu idziemy. Z marszu, nawet jeżeli pierwszy kick zagramy tutaj. I panowie, szybkie przerzucenie. Uważajcie, oni starają się odcinać. Ej, jak wysoki dostaje piłkę i oni odcinają, mocno zagrajmy backdoora. Poszukajmy backdoora. I ruch, cały czas ruch w tym ataku. Mamy...
Sí, cortes up alguna vez, ¿vale? Cortes up. ¿Sí? Y lado 2, atacar. Ellos salen a ver qué hacen. Por favor, estamos muy estáticos. Demasiadas veces, balón llega a un jugador, estoy mirando, el grande está aquí, miro a ver qué hace. Hombre, si le tengo el balón, algo hará. ¿Qué va a hacer?
Let's look at some of the key moments from the first quarter. And Alec Brown, you see the big rejection there. He's had the biggest impact perhaps on the game, and he is the biggest player in the game. And he's 7'1" centre, 7 points, 4 rebounds and 2 blocked shots. Tough for Coach Kaminski's team to combat somebody of that physical stature. They've also had 6 points from their other centre, who's filled in for him, Goran Suton. So 13 of their 20 points coming from the bigs. Just about able to get away with that, Svetkovic. Or Pihovic rather, and then it was Vitka who was blocked off on his route to the rim. Rosa with an opportunity to make it a one-possession game. Zaitsev, who's hit a 3 recently to close the gap. Zaitsev trying to get inside, although Pihovic couldn't pick him out. Svetkovic. Dario Brizuela. Back out to the perimeter, wide open 3-point shot, won't go down for Svetkovic. Pihovic. Vitka just looking to roll in towards the low post. It's Zaitsev who attacks from the perimeter instead, and stuck to, ricochets kindly for the 3 that won't go down for Bojanovski. And then a foul on the rebound. Look at this rejection, or the strip rather that time from Suton. We saw a big Arteaga attempted a block as well. Pihovic, shot clock down to the final seconds, shoots against the tight defense and nowhere near the basket. Excellent one-on-one defense that time. Suton. Svetkovic, wide open 3-pointer will go for Håkansson. The Swedish shooter able to hit and extend the Estudiantes lead to 7. They'll try and answer back through Vitka, and they do. The 36-year-old from the outside with a immediate response. 4-point game again. Arteaga looking to set a screen. He's in space here, receiving the ball now from the bounce pass. Twisting towards the baseline, over the top of the basket though. Zegzua. Bojanovski, 21-year-old, looking to drive in, kicks it back out. Vic had the chance to shoot a three again, instead turns it over. Well, no, he doesn't. They've got a kind ricochet that time, Rosa. It's still going to be their possession. Kevin Punter in the game for Rosa. To the bench goes Igor Zaitsev. Trojan in the game as well, finding Vitka, who takes on the three at the end of the shot clock. Arteaga with the rebound. Quick catch and release on the far side, won't go for Sutton. Punter. Vitka. Punter again, big chance to get within touching distance here for Rosa. They've had a few of those chances. Punter can't get it to go over the top of the defence. And a foul called on the rebound against Yaroslav Trojan. And Kevin Punter hit one early in the game, but he's now 1 of 5 from the field. Alexander Svetkovic to the bench for Estudiantes. Arteaga. Nice pass, and Dario Brizuela getting free to finish. Estudiantes by 6. Punter to Vitka, again thought about the three. Threatened to hand it off to, eventually did to Bojanovski. Shot clock's at 7 here. Here's Punter. Punter looking to bulldoze his way through. Stopped on the edge of the paint, able to turn and put it in though. After a series of misses for him, he gets one to go. Johansson underneath the basket, clinging onto it. High entry pass. Arteaga takes off for the dunk. No defense in sight to deal with that threat. Estudiantes almost in second gear, you feel. They're just keeping Rosa at bay at the moment. Vitka. Vitka looking to edge his way inside. That's a nice move. Ludwig Hackinson. Oh, tremendous bounce pass. Back out. Three-point shot. Pena couldn't get it to fall. Offensive rebound. Sutton checks he's still in bounds and finds a teammate to finish. Arteaga having an impact now. It's the Estudiantes bigs that are doing the big business for them in the first half here. Punter. Punter can't hit back-to-back efforts as he slides across the hardwood. Three-point shot at the other end will go for Dario Brizuela. And Coach Kaminsky has seen enough. Estudiantes stretching their lead to 9 points. Rosa struggling to score here in the second. Timeout call.
Kevin on the ball. Jarek Pate. Hey, let's go 3 down. Okay. Move. Kevin, you on the ball. You pass the ball. Bojan corner to corner. Look for backdoor. If not, Pate pop out. Hop. If not, you go to play handoff and start pick and roll. Okay? Let's go, guys. Right now, let's go. Let's go. Go.
Rosa did well for a long time in this first half, but they've just started to slip now. And the Estudiantes, without playing anywhere near their top level, have opened up a 9-point advantage. And they've done so without Omar Cook on the floor. A nice move and nice hesitation too from Sokołowski, and how badly Rosa needed that one. Well drawn up by the coach in the timeout. Across the midway point of the second, they trail by 7. Brizuela. Hackinson. Back out, Hackinson again. He's hit a 3 already. He'll take on that one and falls short. Sokołowski the rebound. Across to the far side, easily picked off by Hackinson, who got back well in transition. Peña again, this time it's good for him. Lead up to double figures for the first time for Estudiantes. Short on that floater was Trojan. The Rosa starters are struggling against the Estudiantes bench here. Hackinson. Ball kicked away, still Estudiantes possession. And still, Coach Wojciech Kaminski is fuming. One nice play off the back of the timeout, but they've struggled to maintain any consistency since. He's not a happy man right now. Completely left unguarded, the backdoor cut, Dario Brizuela. The big man Arteaga stepping out and playing the role of facilitator. Sokołowski. And a foul called on Peña. Estudiantes by 12 is the largest lead so far. It's a lead that's kept growing and growing through this second quarter, slowly but surely. Peña out on, in fact, now on 2 fouls, not going out, I beg your pardon. Arteaga is going out. Trying to get free off the inbound pass was Auda, but to no avail. Here come Estudiantes again. Peña up and under, won't fall for him. Should do this time though. He misses the second attempt. Grabs again, back in the game. Here's Brown for the rebound, and they hit the 3-point shot. Brizuela again. 15 points the lead now for Estudiantes. Sokołowski. Oh, picked off once more, the cross-court pass. Cook will take his time. Brown suffocated on the ball. Good job from Rosa to get back. And then the unsportsmanlike foul called against Peña, who's now picked up his 3rd foul. Couple in quick succession. Stop the fast break opportunity. And that will mean foul shots and possession for Rosa. And you can see that Alec Brown was disappointed to have turned the ball over before that. It was his turnover that caused the problem. Estudiantes able to grow the lead to 15 with their key players on the bench. And now the likes of Omar Cook and Alec Brown are back in the game. So Rosa have to take this opportunity to not let the game get away from them, as Patrick Auda hits both foul shots, and now they'll have possession because the foul was called unsportsmanlike. Kevin Punter. Sokołowski against the tight defense. Entry pass is high and risky and picked off. Another turnover. Cut to the far side. Another 3. Won't go for Brizuela this time. Auda using his body well to protect the ball and finishing well too. 4 points without reply for Rosa, at a point when they couldn't afford to let Estudiantes keep scoring at their expense. Omar Cook. fizzed bounce pass in towards Brown. It came at his knees, difficult to handle. He's able to save it on the baseline. And at the end of the shot clock, it won't go for Omar Cook from deep. And Rosa trying to attack quickly. They've turned it over quickly. They have to keep their cool in those kind of situations. It was an opportunity to make it a single-figure game, and they let Estudiantes off the hook. Brown's hand off to Omar Cook. Cook again as Brown looks to set the screen. Cook working around it. Brown will shoot the three, and the 7'1" centre knocks it down from the outside. Lead up to 14 again. Sokołowski is called for the offensive foul and turns it over. Rosa have turned the ball over 11 times now in this first half. Estudiantes just 5. It doesn't look like a man who's got the answers, does he? Hansen. Brown, another 3. Not this time. The rebound grabbed by Pihovic. Zaitsev looking to attack Brown. And the foul called. Alec Brown with 10 points in the game at the moment. 2 of 3 from downtown and 2 of 2 inside. 10 points and 5 rebounds, as well as a couple of blocks in just 10 minutes on court. And he's called for the foul there, which is his second, I believe. And he'll go to the bench. Punter. Driving in with the left-hand dribble. Awkward, difficult shot, wouldn't go off the glass, but an offensive rebound for Patrick Auder. Rosa just trying to keep themselves in the game in the final minute of the first half. They're down by 12. Omar Cook. Pass deflected out of bounds off the fingertips of Punter. We're going to have a timeout with 41 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Estudiantes have led by as many as 15 points. They lead at the moment by 12.
Right now, in 9 seconds, we need good defense. And remember, when he passed the ball.
Jugado antes de tiempo. Jugamos ahí 14, ¿de acuerdo? Con Nick, ¿vale? Nick y Suco. Meter buenos cortes a balón. Este de aquí aguanta. Vas tú, aquí. ¿De acuerdo? Tú aguantas al defensor de este. Cuando vaya ahí, meter un corte también aquí de canasta, ¿vale? Coño, tú eres este. Bloquea este, quédate quieto. Él corta, que corta Adams, a debajo de canasta. Si no hay nada, tú sales a recibir, ¿de acuerdo? Atento si cambia el corte de canasta.
You might have seen from those numbers shown during the timeout that Estudiantes have been the far more efficient team inside the arc, but the bigs have been able to step outside and hit three-pointers as well. Alec Brown's got a couple from the outside, and then one of the smaller players, Dario Brizuela, has been able to step up and provide an outside threat as well. He's hit 2 of 3. Those two players tied with 10 points as their team's leading scorer in this first half. 12 points the advantage. It is Estudiantes' possession. Hansen spotting a gap, driving into it, and getting fouled right at the end of the shot clock. The foul on Igor Zaitsev. This was literally as the clock went to 0, the shot clock that is. The 21-year-old Swede able to hit from the stripe. Both good to extend the advantage to 14. Eight to 9 seconds differential between shot and game clock at the end of the first half. Kevin Punter gets it back here. Trying to attack from the far side, Punter, and a foul called as he looked to kick it to Pihovic, who hit the shot, but it won't count. Foul on Hackinson here. And it sends Punter to the line with Estudiantes at the foul limit in the quarter already. And after this next one, they will have 18 seconds to try and manage effectively to have the last shot of the half. And in trying to manage those seconds effectively, they're going to call a timeout, leading by 12 and hoping to extend that when we return. Well, in fact, it's just changes. I do beg your pardon. Just a few substitutions. Omar Cook, final 10 seconds. Cook to this near side, three-point shot won't go. Still a chance now, they've got to throw it up straight away. Is it away in time? It is, and it falls as well for Patrick Auder. Coast to coast in the space of a couple of seconds at the end of the half. And there's a few afters as well at the half-time buzzer. Nick Kaner-Medley not happy, nor is Sokołowski. A bit of pushing and shoving, and that will be something to keep an eye on after the break. A heated contest here in Group C of the Basketball Champions League regular season. And a big basket at the buzzer from Auder that reduces the deficit to 10. Estudiantes have led by as many as 15. Let's see what happened here. Well, the officials were right on top of that, saw what Nick Kaner-Medley did to Sokołowski. I think the bigger question maybe was what Sokołowski did to Kaner-Medley before that. It can't have been unprovoked. And maybe the half-time interval will help us find out more. At the break, Movistar Estudiantes 45, Rosa Radom 35. And the Spanish team in control at the moment. They have been thoroughly in control with a 15-point lead, but Rosa have given themselves a chance at least in the second half. The officials are discussing what they've seen at the buzzer in the aftermath of that made shot from Patrick Auder. Estudiantes led by 10 points apiece from Brizuela and Brown, who've each made a couple of shots from downtown. And Rosa Radom led by the 13 of Michał Sokołowski. Have also had 8 points from Patrick Auder, including that coast-to-coast drive in the final few seconds. Second half coming up in around 10 minutes' time in this one. At the break, Movistar Estudiantes 45, Rosa Radom 35. Welcome back to Madrid, where Movistar Estudiantes have a 10-point edge over the Polish side, Rosa Radom. They've led by as many as 15. They've been impressive, mainly in the second quarter when they opened up that gap. Michał Sokołowski for Rosa is the leading scorer in the game, mind, with 13 points and 5 rebounds. But it's a Rosa team that have struggled to protect the ball. They've turned it over 12 times in the first half, twice as many times as Estudiantes, and only shot 38% from the floor. The home team have taken 5 extra shots and hit 47% of their efforts, including 6 from downtown. Leading the way for Estudiantes, 10 points apiece for Alec Brown and for Dario Brizuela. Brown's 10 points, 5 rebounds and 2 blocks, coming in just 11 minutes on court. He's 4 of 6 from the field. Brizuela 4 of 5, including 2 of 3 from downtown for his 10 points in 12 minutes on court. It's all going to plan so far for the Estudiantes coaching staff and fans. And you just do get the impression that in the first 2 quarters of this one they were almost playing in second or third gear, and that they did have another level, at least another level, if they needed it. At one point they had their bench players outperforming Rosa's starting players. And Rosa have a huge Madrid mountain to climb. Coach Kaminsky still trying to solve the puzzle. And what will he do to change things in the second half? They're not out of touch, not by any stretch, down only by 10. But like I say, Estudiantes, you feel if they need to take it up a notch, they can do. In terms of the other key performers for Rosa, we've had 8 points from Patrick Alder, who's 3 of 3 from the field and 2 of 2 from the line, including, with only a few seconds remaining of the second quarter, a driving layup from one end of the floor to the other, right at the buzzer, which has closed the gap to 10. So they've given themselves a bit of hope, having trailed by 15. And he knows, Coach Salva Maldonado, that the job is far from done. The second half is coming up in just a few seconds on game day 2 of the Basketball Champions League regular season. Perfect time to tell you that we have a new Basketball Champions League app that you can download onto your smart device. Fantastic facility to watch all of the key highlights every game week, and also to read all of the key talking points.
Choca y este recoge. Venga, trabajad ahí alguna vez, ¿vale? Cuando yo vengo alguna vez, venir aquí antes de que yo venga. Si te bloquea, venir aquí, sí, y el otro, jugad abierto. Vamos a ver cómo lo defiende.
¿Dónde está?
Tíos,
¿Me has entendido, tal?
Estudiantes, quiero play.
So we're ready for the start of the second half in this one. We'll see which players take to the floor at the start of the third quarter, whether Estudiantes will continue to give good minutes to their bench players. Alexander Svetkovic is ready to inbound the ball, and Adam Sola, the 17-year-old, is on the floor, as well as Sitafa Savane. So there's your answer. Omar Cook is in the game for them, however, to try and gel all of those bench players together. And a score right off the bat at the start of the quarter. Now, interestingly, the scoreboard showing a 12-point advantage. I'm not sure that's right. I had it as a 10-point lead, 45-35. That has been changed by the looks of it. So the lead was 12 at half-time. Here's Cook, bounce pass into the lane. Kick back out to the far side. They'll put the ball on the floor and lose it, though. Rosa trying to reduce the arrears to 10 again. And there you go, they have changed it now back to what I thought it was. Offensive rebound, flicked up and in by Yaroslav Trojan. So Rosa back within single figures. It was indeed a 10-point advantage at the break. The score has been corrected now at the start of the third. And Rosa have made it an 8-point game. Cook moving the ball on. Savane looking to attack. Missing. Rebound grabbed by Trojan. Sokołowski. Elder kicking it back out to Punter. Shot clock still with 6 seconds left. Punter. He wanted the contact there, didn't get it. Ball knocked away. Svetkovic flicks it back to the corner, and the foul on the late closeout by Trojan. Sutton was looking to put the ball on the floor and drive towards the basket. Svetkovic. Svetkovic, bounce pass inside and put in off the glass by Sitafas Savane. Ten-point gap again. Punter fires the three with a hand in his face, and he got fouled on the three-point attempt by Adam Sola. A bit of naivety from the 17-year-old. A bit of overexcitement, perhaps. And Punter will go to the line for 3 foul shots. Punter was unhappy not to have got a call a few moments earlier when he lost the ball on a 2-point attempt. Now he goes to the line for 3, having got this call. And adds to his previous 6 points. He's really done his best to try and help his team, but he's not yet been able to put together a scoring run. 2 of 7 from the field. Four of 4 from the line now, though, including all 3 on that trip to close the gap to 7. Svetkovic. Sutton. Omar Cook now. Final 5 seconds of the shot clock. Ball on the floor from Savane, who fades back, can't bank it in. And Sokołowski grabs the rebound. Elder. Knocked away, and it's going to be a Estudiantes ball. Patrick Elder turns it over. Great defense from Sutton, batting it back off the thigh of Elder and out of bounds. Finding a gap, getting through it, and finding a finish is Omar Cook. And a chance at a 3-point play for the 35-year-old former NBAer. Showing just why he's had such a long and successful career. And just when Rosa looked like they might start to close the gap, a chance for Cook to make it double figures again. He misses that chance, although Souton grabs the rebound when Zaitsev struggled to do so. Turnaround, banker, good for Sitafa Savannah. The 39-year-old centre playing his first minutes in the game at the start of this third quarter. 11 points, the Estudiantes lead. Punter will take on the three and hit. Kevin Punter from the outside, refusing to let Estudiantes get away. His first outside shot conversion. Souton will try and answer back with one, but can't. Can they grab this rebound? Sokołowski comes up with it. Able to find Kevin Punter. He scored 6 points very quickly. Same spot, different outcome. Offensive rebound from Zaitsev, though. Now to threaten to shoot from the outside as well. Drove in, left hand, dribble drive, fouled by Souton. Souton picking up only his first foul. Both teams with 3 so far in the third. We're approaching the midway point of it. It's looking a little more optimistic now, Coach Kaminsky. And that's because his team have closed the gap to just 6 points. Svetkovic. Oh, nice pass inside. Souton finishing. 8 points for him. Sokołowski. Picked off by Svetkovic. Souton looking to attack from the far side, blocked off by Sokołowski. Omar Cook. Cook clinging onto it, firing it towards the baseline. Great move inside, the block by Sokołowski to deny Savannah. Still a chance though. It's the 17-year-old with the three off the mark. Rebound grabbed by Pihovic. Here goes Punter looking to go all the way through. Finger roll good under pressure. 6-point game. Cook to the far side. Sola. Souton takes on the three from the high post. It fell well short. Only caught the bottom of the net. Couple of bigs to the bench, and in fact a whole series of changes for Estudiantes. Sola out as well. Coach not happy that the bench players haven't been able to hold Rosa at bay. Sokołowski. Zaitsev takes on the long two and hits it to close the gap to 4 from 15 down. Now Estudiantes have those starters back in the game. The likes of Alec Brown. Kana Medley in the game as well. Here is Brown underneath, looking to use his height and his physicality, and doing so well against Zaitsev. 12 points off 5 of 7 shooting for Brown. Punter trying to get away, is able to do so and fire the three, but he misses this one, and it's out of bounds over the top of the backboard. That would have halved the deficit to 3. And Punter has hit one from the outside in this quarter as well. few more changes for both teams. 3 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the third. Peña. Oh, the steal from Punter, who's really starting to get involved in this one, and Sokołowski with the tip. After Punter's good defensive work. Cook. Here's Kana Medley, lost it. And here they come again, Rosa Radom. It's Punter all the way through to bank it in and to close the gap to 2. Kevin Punter punishing the sloppy offense at the other end. Punter up to 14 points. And a timeout called by the Estudiantes bench. Zaitsev helping it get knocked away. Punter all the way through. And in fact, it's 16 now for him.
Que no tenemos que jugar sobre el bote, están saliendo al show. Espero que salgan y paso el balón. Volvemos a cortes base. Pero jugar con pases y después bajar, no parar. Segundas acciones.
Speed, go up, roll, pop out, and try to attack on that side. If not, we swing the ball and two-man game. Okay? Play something.
It almost looked like this game was done and dusted with the home team and the favourites up by 15, but Rosa have dug deep and showed plenty of heart and character and quality. And Kevin Punter at the heart of that in the third quarter. Let's see how Estudiantes adjust off the back of the timeout. Peña. Cook. Receiving it from Brown. Kana Medley. Putting the back down, Sokołowski, twisting and turning, missing the shot though. And Punter the rebound, doing a bit of everything right now. Final 2 minutes of the third. Sokołowski, Zaitsev puts the ball on the floor instead of taking the three. Finger roll, off the bounce, won't go, grabs his own rebound high off the glass. Third chance opportunity, good to tie the game from 15 down. Cook underneath the basket. They move it around the perimeter and take on the open three that won't go. Nothing falling for Estudiantes. And a chance for Rosa with a minute and a half remaining in the third to take the lead. Ball in the hands of Sokołowski. He finds a way through and gets fouled. And he'll go to the line to try and give them the lead. Recently overtaken Sokołowski as the game's leading scorer by his teammate Punter. He has a chance to nudge himself ahead in that individual battle again. 15 points, 8 rebounds so far, as well as a block shot. Kana Medley picks up his third foul. Sokołowski level with Punter on 16 now. Can't get the second. Rosa by a single point. Final minute of the third coming up. Kick to the corner. Peña back to Hackinson. Across to the far side to Brizuela. 10 points in the first half. He's not scored yet in the third. Hasn't played much. Peña takes on the three. Misses. And the scoring is completely dried up for the home team. Sokołowski looking to just bulldoze his way through against Hackinson, turns in the lane, misses the shot, recovers the loose ball. Another 10 seconds to work with here. Punter. Sokołowski calling for it. Punter fires the long three. Unable to hit, and the tip won't go for Zaitsev. Peña moving it on to Kana Medley. He looks to attack, loses it on the dribble. Rosa looking to come forward quickly. Held up though by Zegzua. And that's because there's almost no differential between shot and game clock at the end of the third. So they do the sensible thing and look to try and create the final shot of the quarter. Sokołowski getting through and denied by Brown from behind. His third block of the night. It's out of bounds though. In Rosa's favour still. And they've got 6.7 to work with now. Coach Maldonado doesn't look happy at all on the Estudiantes bench. Picked off here. Chance to drive forward maybe for Brizuela. And they're either not quick enough or too quick for their own good. And Brizuela can't reach the pass. And that will bring the third quarter to a close. And what a torrid third quarter from his point of view. Having led by 10 at the half, Rosa have come back in the space of 10 minutes to lead. They've trailed by as many as 15, but at the end of 3, they lead 58-57.
Hey, let's play 5 up. Marching on the ball. Kevin, Igor, Vitya, Filip, you just go. Kevin to the ball. Stay wide. Stay on the top.
Over our defense, get these rebounds and we go.
Movimiento jugando también 5, no 1.
Get some rolls in there, or we're all on the outside.
21 en ataque. Remover el balón rápido. Cortar, atentos, inversión buena, 21 e intentar meter dentro. Si no hay nada, balón fuera y jugamos pick and post. Vamos a ir juntos, ¿vale? ¿Sí? Venga. En 34 lo que hemos hecho, bueno, dejamos lado 4, lo dejamos. Venga, ¿vamos a defender o qué?
Bring it in.
No.
Let's do it.
So Coach Salva Maldonado on the Estudiantes bench really not happy with his team. Frustrated in that break. And he needs to hope they can turn it back in their favour here in the fourth quarter. They lost the third by 11 points, only scoring 12. Having scored 25 and 20 in the first two. So start of the fourth quarter. Movistar Estudiantes 57, Rosa Radom 58. Alder across to the far side. Zaitsev up against Brown. Zaitsev getting away from Brown and getting clung onto as well. Frustrated he couldn't finish, but he will go to the line for 2. And that might be the third foul on Brown. I'll have to check that. Peña and Kana Medley on 3. The only player on 4 in the game is Trojan for Rosa. Zaitsev hitting the first free throw. 6 points in the game for him. So Rosa from 15 down, now lead by 3. Kana Medley to Brown. On it goes to the far side, back to Hackinson. Brown looking to roll into the centre. Kick back out, Brizuela for 3, got it. His third from the outside. Estudiantes back in business. 60-60, neck and neck. These two inseparable over the first 31 minutes. Punter driving layup, plenty of authority, but he wasn't able to put it down. Estudiantes looking to get themselves back in front, and will have a chance to do so with Hackinson at the line. The foul called on Pijovic. Hackinson 2 of 2 on his previous trip to the stripe. Nudges Estudiantes back ahead in this one. Marcin Pijovic. Kevin Punter gives it back to him. Punter, he likes that spot. He takes on the three, it falls short. Brown lost the rebound, but no harm done for Estudiantes. Hackinson. Brown looking to roll into the centre, and the foul called on the perimeter. Foul will go on Philip Zegzua. Now Sokołowski into the game for Kevin Punter. Their two leading scorers replacing each other. Peña, open spot for three. Rattles around and comes out. Brown secures the offensive rebound. Another three-pointer, another miss. Zegzua looking to come away with it at pace. Zaitsev takes up his spot on the perimeter, but Zegzua couldn't find him. Brizuela getting inside, just about keeping his balance and just about keeping the ball in Estudiantes' possession. This young man 3 of 4 from downtown, 5 of 7 from the field for 13 points. Kana Medley creates a bit of space. He hangs but can't hit. Sokołowski, Vitka, Zegzua, Zaitsev. When it comes to this near side to Pijovic, and then the three-pointer. Zaitsev gets it to go from a couple of feet back. Rosa back ahead again. Zaitsev hitting from the outside for the second time. Brown to Brizuela. Hackinson. Hackinson off one leg, off the front rim. The 21-year-old with a difficult shot. And these two exchanging leads now. Vitka. Zegzua. Edge of the paint, Sokołowski looking to go one-on-one with Hackinson. Help defense comes across. Forces the miss, tip back, grabbed by Kana Medley. Brizuela bursting forward, and Vitka called for the unsportsmanlike foul. That will be free throws and possession for Estudiantes. So at half-time that Coach Maldonado will have been well aware that his team can't take their foot off the gas. And they did do that in the third quarter, big time. They lost a 10-point half-time advantage. They're trying to find their feet again in the fourth. It wasn't called unsportsmanlike in the end, so just possession for Estudiantes. And another foul called. So Rosa have picked up 4 already in the first 3 minutes and 12 seconds of the fourth. And that ultimately could cost them. Sokołowski's third. Hackinson to inbound. He was on the move, finding a gap, not finding a shot though. So Gzua comes up with the loose ball. Auda. Sokołowski. Zaitsev. Piechowski trying to turn it back to Zaitsev. Passing lane blocked off. And that time it is going to be an unsportsmanlike. Tough to take for Marcin Pichovic. Second foul on him. He goes to the bench. His coach not happy. Brizuela can only get the first. Estudiantes will have possession. They lead by 2. Pena, bounce pass in towards the low post. Brown looking to get further towards the basket, misses as he spins well towards it. Kevin Punter back in the game. Zaitsev back in his spot, firing again, missing this time though. Rebound for Sutom. Hackinson. Lovely pass to the corner. Three-pointer goes for Estudiantes. Big Brizuela blow to Rosa. Timeout called as well. Dario Brizuela, the 22-year-old, able to hit for the 4th time from downtown. And Estudiantes give themselves a huge lift, now leading by 5.
Kevin, stop on the ball. Hey, let's go twitches. Hop, pass, cross pick. Szukaj Igorego. Nie ma to the ball.
Wait for that ball screen.
Okay. Patryk, jak grają pick and roll, blok to blok.
Contrario, dejar ahí, no 3, uno adentro.
Our defense wins it. Let's go.
21. Hackinson, that time off one leg. Estudiantes have had to work hard for all their points. And it was Hackinson's kick out that time for the three-pointer from Brizuela, who's 4 of 5 from downtown, which stretches the lead to 5 points. Sokołowski, Zaitsev, Punter takes on another 3. He's hit a few from that spot. It was short again. He's had to take plenty of attempts to hit a few. Approaching the midway point of the final quarter. Brown, Sutom, Brizuela, Hackinson. Shot clock down to the final seconds. Hackinson looking to quicken the pace off one leg again, not this time. And Punter able to push the issue down floor and gets contact along the way from Hackinson. Rosa's still very much in the game, but Estudiantes, a feel of just clicked back into gear over the last couple of minutes. Alec Brown goes to the bench. Zegzua will inbound. As Coach Kaminsky has his say. Vitka. Howder. Punter. And Punter loses it on the dribble. It is still Rosa possession. It must have come off the foot of Svetkovic. He was, and still is, stating his case. Sokołowski, Howder trying to create room for him. Sokołowski bursting towards the basket and getting fouled on his way through. Really aggressive play from Sokołowski, who continues to carry the scoring responsibility for this team, as he's done for a number of years now. Hackinson getting a warm ovation as he goes to the bench. He's done well, 3 assists. There's Omar Cook's back up. Sokołowski missing that one. He's struggled from the line this evening, now just 5 of 10. He's 5 of 11 from the field. 16 points. In fact, 17 make it after that first one. 4-point gap. Cook to Brizuela. Brizuela misses that one inside, having done most of his damage from 3-point range. Sokołowski. On it goes to Howder. Howder lost it. And now a chance to come forward quickly for Estudiantes. Cook takes on the deep 3, short. And Victor able to grab the loose ball. 4-point differential inside the last 4 minutes. Punter pulling up on the crossover to the left hand and nailing one. 2-point game. 18 points now for Kevin Punter. He's had to take 18 shots to get there, and he's hit 6 of them. Cook to Sutton, open 3, nothing but nylon. Estudiantes just keeping Rosa at bay, up by 5 again. Sokołowski held onto by Cook. 4 foul on Estudiantes. Rosa need a big finish, but they've shown already in this second half they're capable of a comeback. Punter lost it on the dribble that time. Can Estudiantes take advantage? Cook. They'll cling on to it and work in the half court. Rosa's 20 turnovers hurting them right now. Still very much in the game though. Shot clock down to 5. Sutton with a deep 3 this time, short. Zegzua, did he touch it? No, he didn't. The Spanish fans certainly feel he did. It looked like he went for the rebound and then realised he wasn't going to get it. Very close indeed. Sokołowski. Vitka. Punter. Plenty of contact, stuck to so tightly by Svetkovic. And the foul called as he looked to force him back over centre court. Defence not budging an inch against Kevin Punter. Obviously he's the man they feel can turn this in Rosa's favour. Second foul on Svetkovic. Both teams at the foul limit now, so the free throws for Punter to try and move to the 20-point mark. We got 22 last week. He's 5 of 5 from the line so far here tonight. Clutch free throws here. He's got 6 rebounds and a couple of steals as well this evening. He misses for the first time from the line. It's Estudiantes ball. Punter not happy with himself. He's 6 of 7 now from the stripe. 19 points in the game, 6 of 18 from the field. Rosa trail by 4, 2.5 to play. Svetkovic, Sutton. Cross to Cook and a foul on Zaitsev. And that was a catch your breath foul. Didn't want Cook going around him. Needed to give the defense a chance. And decided to make Cook earn them from the stripe now that they're at the foul limit. He gets that one to go Omar Cook. He'd missed his previous 2 attempts. Is it going to be a case of so close but yet so far for coach Wojciech Kaminski and Rosa Radom? Clutch free throws from Cook. Estudiantes up by 6. Final 2 minutes approaching. Punter putting the moves on the Estudiantes defense, but getting denied. Svetkovic trying to get free, and he's fouled. Foul on Sokołowski. That's number 4 on the number 24. Look at that big rejection from the 39-year-old Savanic. At the moment, it's looking like Estudiantes are just going to put the finishing touches on this win after a difficult second half. But there's still plenty of time. 2 minutes and change remaining. More than enough for Rosa. They are down by 8 now, though, after the free throws from Svetkovic. Sokołowski lost the handle on the ball. Did he save it? No. Another turnover. Rosa with their 21st of the night. Brizuela hearing it from the home fans, leading the way with 17 points, including 4 of 5 from downtown. 6 steals as well from the 22-year-old. Omar Cook has had 5. As a team, Estudiantes have had 16, double the tally of Rosa. So the Estudiantes defense playing its part in those 21 Rosa turnovers. Cut, over the head pass. Savane missing the shot. Just about stayed in bounds on the rebound. Did Kevin Punter. They need scores quickly now. Punter trying to split the double team and got a foul. So Punter at the line to try and reach the 20-point mark. He missed his last one, having hit his first 6. And he misses 2 in a row, having hit 6 in a row. And at a point where they can ill afford to miss. Punter finally hits 20 for the game. Rosa, you feel, needed more than that. Final minute coming up. Hakanson gets it back from Cook. Sutton. Hakanson puts the ball on the floor. Ran into a brick wall though and threw it away into the hands of Punter, who looks to drive quickly, misses, and so too does Auda as he threatened the follow-up. Cook using his experience, taking precious seconds off the game clock here before making his move, finding Cvetkovic. Won't go off the hop, over the backboard, grabbed though by Estudiantes, and they have another 14 seconds to chip away. Hakanson, bounce pass, Savane, hesitation, hands it back, Sutton puts it in with the contact. That will do it. Rosa finally put to bed. So Goran Sutton at the line to try and make it a double-figure lead again, but with only 24 seconds to play this time. 13 points for him now, as well as 9 rebounds, close to a double-double. Fellow big Alec Brown has 12 points and 7 rebounds. And they've really done a number on Rosa inside at times. Estudiantes by 10. Zagzua takes on a 3, misses it. And Sutton completes his double-double with that rebound. Rosa made a valiant rally to come from 15 down to lead in the second half, but it's Estudiantes who finish strong and win the game by 10. And they move to 2-0 in the group, behind 17 points from 22-year-old Dario Brizuela, who also had 6 steals in the game, and 14 points and 10 rebounds for the double-double from Goran Sutton. Rosa showing plenty of heart, plenty of fight to come from that huge deficit to lead on a few occasions, but Coach Maldonado's team get over the line in the end as they stepped it up down the stretch. Tough to take for Rosa, who fall to their second straight defeat. It's finished here. Movistar Estudiantes 78, Rosa Radom 68.
Hey, make sure you thank the fans for coming to this fucking village.
Look at some of the stats at the end of this one. And Estudiantes doing it with their presence inside, but the key stat will be the turnovers. You see the assists there, far superior for Estudiantes, and there's the turnovers. Look, 8 more for Rosa Radom. And the defense of Estudiantes doing its part. 6 steals for Brizuela, 5 for Omar Cook, as we see the leading players in other categories. Punter leading the way of all scorers in the game with 20, but they came from 20 shots as well. And there's those 6 steals from Brizuela. And Alec Brown deserves a mention, 12.7 rebounds and 3 blocks in the game. So Estudiantes in front of their home fans for the first time in this competition, able to pick up the win. But Rosa Radom made sure it was hard work for them. Estudiantes moved to 2-0 at the top of Group C. Rosa led by the 20 points of Kevin Punter, also had 17 points and 9 boards for Michal Sokołowski. 12 from Alder and 10 from Zaitsev, but it wasn't enough. They fall to 0-2. Estudiantes go to 2-0. It's been a pleasure having your company for this one in the Basketball Champions League on game day 2. It finished Movistar Estudiantes 78, Rosa Radom 68.
Esto.